Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Miracle Michael Football Channel. As always, we bring you some details concerning Chelsea players at the Euros, and it wasn't a pleasant result for Mudryk, who began his tournament with a 3-0 humiliation in the hands of Romania. Ukraine lost to Romania 3-0, but one thing I pointed out in this game is that despite the fact that Ukraine lost 3-0, Mudryk stood out. He played outstandingly. He created so many chances, completed some dribbles, and put in a lot of work, but unfortunately, his teammate let him down. Ukraine lost to Romania 3-0. Mudryk began his journey in the Euros with a defeat. Same goes to Romelu Lukaku. Yes, Lukaku is still a Chelsea player, so we include him in our details. Belgium lost to Slovakia by a goal to nothing. So Lukaku and Mudryk began their Euros with defeats. So moving over to the transfer news, it was reported that Chelsea were so close to signing PEDRO Lima, and the plan was for Chelsea to sign PEDRO Lima for Strasbourg, not for Chelsea. But the report reaching us today is that Wolverhampton Wanderers, they have hijacked the deal for PEDRO Lima. According to Fabrizio Romano, Wolves agreed to sign PEDRO Lima till 2026. They have hijacked that deal, so PEDRO Lima is no more coming to Chelsea unless there is a drastic turn of events at the 11th hour. But for now, PEDRO Lima is going to Wolves as the deal has been hijacked. But if you look at it, I wouldn't blame the young boy. If I were to be PEDRO Lima, I would choose Wolves over going to Strasbourg because the future is uncertain. If you look at Chelsea right back options, we have Reece James, who is only 24 years, and we have the brilliant Malo Gusto, who is only 20 years or 21. It is a wise decision from PEDRO Lima going to Wolves if he can be able to cut it out at Wolves. Trust me, there are so many big clubs that will try to invest in him instead of going to Strasbourg with the hope of joining Chelsea whenever. I know some Chelsea fans, they are quite disappointed that Wolves of all people hijacked a deal from Chelsea, but for this particular hijacking, I don't have any problem with it. I don't see any need for PEDRO Lima. He is not something we should be talking about. He is not something we should even consider. We have other priorities. Let's focus on them. Get the priorities first. Let us get the priorities first before we start investing on the secondary things. This is what we did last season, investing on the secondary things, signing David Washington, younger kids, Diego Moreira, Angelo Gabriel. At the end of the day, we failed to sign a clinical striker that became our undoing. We created so many chances, but at the end of the day, we missed out on the Champions League. We missed out on the FA Cup. Manchester City, that was so exhausted, defeated Chelsea in the semi-finals. Liverpool, that fielded their academy boys, defeated Chelsea because of lack of clinical finishers. Christopher Nkunku is not somebody you can depend on when it comes to fitness. Nicolas Jackson, he improved towards the end of the season, but we know that Nicolas Jackson is not an ass striker that you will depend on to challenge for the top 4, to challenge for the Premier League, or to challenge for the domestic cups. Let's get our priorities right. I'm not against Chelsea signing all these youngsters, but before we go into all these youngsters that we are signing, let us fix the primary issue that we have at the moment, and those are signing a center back that will replace Thiago Silva and getting in a proper number 9. So far, Chelsea are interested in signing JHON Duran, and they are considering which player is suitable for the swap. Remember that Aston Villa is interested in Conor Gallagher. It will be so foolish, so stupid of Chelsea to even consider swapping Conor Gallagher with JHON DURAN. Conor Gallagher last season was second best player behind Cole Palmer. It will be so stupid for Chelsea to even consider swapping JHON DURAN with Conor Gallagher. Ian Marston is another option, but will Ian Marston choose to go to Aston Villa over staying back at Dortmund? He has made it known that he wants to remain at Dortmund. So I don't think Ian Marston will like to go to Wolves. Trevoh Chalobah is another option. So Chelsea are still considering to know which player is suitable for the swap deal, because they are looking at for a swap deal that will involve them sending a player to Aston Villa and Aston Villa giving them JHON DURAN. This is Miracle Michael Football Channel. Please do well to hit the like button on this video if you are here to like the video, and subscribe. Make sure your notification bell is turned on, so whenever we upload the video, you get to be the first to get notified. Thanks for always coming around to watch the videos, and thanks for returning. I really love and I appreciate you all. Stay cool and stay blessed. Blue always will be the color.